Hey guys, welcome back. So we have an exciting piece of furniture here. This desk is from 1948, from what I can tell by the stamp on the bottom and by the stamp in the drawer. The funny thing is, the desk says 1948, but the drawer says 1950. So I'm going to guess anywhere between 1948 and 1955 just to be safe. But I'm not a big fan of, having things get destroyed, especially of antique desk like this. So I found this in the trash. Somebody was throwing it out. And I asked, could I have it? They said, no problem, take it. They said, just please don't throw it in somebody else's trash. Of course, I wouldn't do that. I told them that, I have a YouTube channel and that I'm going to be refacing this and bringing it back to original, the original, I don't even know how to say this, to bring it back to the original form of the way when it was first manufactured. It's a very tough project to do. There's a lot of molding that I have to search for, but one of the main things is we want to try to take as much off as we can, so when I sand it all down and bring it back to the original wood and get that wood back conditioned and oiled, that it doesn't crack anymore. As you can see, there's a lot of peeling right here. It just peels in pieces. And the top is really nice still. It's a nice hardwood. I think it's either mahogany or oak. I'm not really sure yet. But it's a beautiful, beautiful desk. And it just needs some TLC. Much love TLC. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So come with me and let's restore this antique desk. So the first thing is we got to get these pieces off. Now originally I thought it was single pieces like this. But on the bottom it's not. And let me show you what we're doing to it. So we've already finished one drawer. We just wanted to see what it would turn out like. She's still wet a little bit, as you can see the shine and stuff. But when we first got the desk, some of the drawers wasn't so bad. They're all chipped like this. But we're going to take that off. We're going to put a whole new face on it. Some of the drawers were like this, but the worst ones, we already peeled those off. But most of the desks look like this right here. As you can see, it just comes off in my hand. Let me put this back in the drying room. So we need to get all this stuff peeled off, take as much as we can, and then we're going to redo it. I wish I can find a name. I did find a name that said Salvatore something, but I can't make out the last name. So it looks like it was an Italian-built desk. But it also looks like, if I fling it around, that somebody did try to repair it to the best of their ability. But they just stuck a piece of board on the back. I don't know if this was original, but I highly doubt it because of the way it looks. But we're gonna make it look brand new again. So now I thought these were separate pieces, but it looks like that these are solid molding strips. So we're gonna have to scour the web to try to find these, because I really would like to bring the desk back to original form. If anybody knows where this desk was made from or what the true age of this desk is, please write in the comments. And if anybody knows what type of molding this is, please let me know in the comments, because I really don't know what it is. So that's what we're going to do right now. So let's get this done, see what we can do. We can't save any of the molding. The molding's pretty much shot, but that's all right. Can't save everything. We just have to pry away all these staples. There's like 100 staples in this thing. All right, so it does look like it's one solid piece of molding, which shouldn't be that hard to find. We should be able to find something that matches it 100% or very close to it. Alright, those are off. There's nothing around the back, so... Oh, I guess I cut myself. I didn't even know it. The desk has already got my DNA. You can tell it's really old, man. Really old. When I talked to the gentleman who threw it out, he said that it was from his mother's era. So he said that she bought it in 1945. I mean, 1955. So, you know, the dates might be correct. But who knows? But I love it, and I wish there was a way to get this out. I mean, there probably is if I separate the whole desk. I really don't want to do that. This is going to be the tricky part. But with a little effort, we'll get them off. It's always good to start in the thicker area first. And then the thinner area will go with the thicker area once we pop it off. Alright, one more time right in the thick area of it. And once that thick area pops, everything will go with it. Just like that. Bada bing. And none of them broke, which is amazing. Since it is so old, I think we're going to be able to bring this back down to original and just re-veneer it. All right, let's see. Now this one right here will break. 100% this will break. I know it. It looks like it just held on right here. That's it. She's off. That's easy to replace. That's just a little block. I think we're not going to mess with this too much. Alright, let's scrape this off. Now I did go ahead already and order the veneer that we're going to need from Edge Supply. They make incredible veneer. So if you guys are looking for, you know, veneer for your project, look up Edge Supply. I'm not sponsored by them. This video is not sponsored by them, but they just make a great product, and I thought you guys should know. All right, now we're going to pop this back off real quick. Well, we're going to try. Now this, unfortunately, it broke, but I think we can fix that. One of my friends has a CNC machine, so we're going to see if he can make this for me. If I can't buy it, and you know, we'll get a new piece for it. And we're going to get these ridiculous wheels off of this. I don't know why anybody would put wheels on this, especially these wheels. All right, let's pop this off. As you can see, this is why I don't think it was original. I don't think the manufacturer or the designer built a beautiful desk and then stuck this big piece of board on it, even though it's old. But this is like a piece of plywood. it may be original. I doubt it, but... I wonder if I can pop this tenon out right here. Yep, I can. Beautiful. Now I can replace this board. That's beautiful. Now we can replace the whole bottom. So let's break this piece off, which shouldn't be that difficult since it is that old. Now we'll go ahead and knock this bottom tenon out. No, 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 no. All right, there we go. We got that out. It's beautiful. Now we can put it back. What we need to do right now is we need to get this top off. So I got all the fronts off. Now we're going to get this top off. It should come right off. There we go. Okay. All right, so we got the top off. Now we can see basically what's going on with this whole desk. Let's put this desk on the side for now, because she's very, very fragile right now. One wrong move and she breaks right in half. All right, so let's see what we got going on with this top. All right, let's get this top sanded. Milwaukee, please make another orbital sander and get rid of that bucket on the back, because it's a disaster. Especially when you're sanding sidewoods or something. It's constantly coming off. Or maybe put a latch on it or something. That would work. If you guys can incorporate a latch on this sander, because I love the sander. And as we all know, I love Milwaukee tools. But this sander really aggravates me. Especially when I'm sanding and then I go sidewoods with it and this whole thing pops off and all that dust is in my face. Don't like it. There it goes again. Come on, Milwaukee, you gotta fix this, man. Really? Okay, we're gonna see if we can pop these rockers off. There we go. And we'll put them back on. So I'm using 80 grit first, and then I will go from 80 to 120, and then 120 to 180, and that'll come up to 220, and we'll get this nice and smooth. And then we got to see if we can repair it. It's got some cracks starting in places, but we can fix that. All right, now we got to see if we can get this trim down. Got to get some of this dust out of here. Sorry about the noise, guys. Okay, so the top is pretty much done. Let's see what we can do with this top. Whoa. She's fragile. Get these little thumbtacks out of here. Alrighty. Speed square, speed square, speed square, speed square. I want to get this back exactly where it was before. And I want to get 100% straight. Okay, so we need to get some staples. Now that's going to go right through. We don't want that. We definitely don't want it to go right through. So I think we're going to use 1 inch. 1 inch should be plenty. Yeah, 1 inch will do it. It doesn't need to go in that far. I wish I had my pin nailer. That would be great. If I only had the pin nailer on me. I just want to make sure that she's going to go on the way she came off. All right, let's make sure she's going to go on the same way. Okay, she fits, so we good. At least we know we got it back on in the right spot. Okay, now we can start fixing these drawers. If I can get it back up here without it breaking. I wish I had a lift, but since I don't, okay, we did it. But we still got to flip it around. All right. So we got to fix this because all right, we can fix this. So let's fix the back first, and then we will get to the sides. We don't need it to buckle on us. If it buckles, it's gonna snap. So we just need to keep it straight for about 30 minutes, and then we will release the clamp. Even though the clamp's not on there too tight, but it will still cause us problems. We made a lot of progress on the desk. We got everything sanded. I didn't record it because that's a really boring, dusty process, and no one really wants to see me sand. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to cut the drawer slides right now, the flat bottoms for the drawer slides, and then we're going to start putting this desk back together. I bought some really cool accent molding, a little expensive at $11 a foot, but it's well worth it for this desk to bring it back to original form, 95% original form. I couldn't get the molding exactly the same, but I managed to basically get it about 92% the same. So let's get that done. So it's 1/16 and 1/8. So whenever you're cutting ultra plywood, it's best to skim the top first and then bring the blade towards you so that you don't get really a lot of tear outs. And by cutting it that way, as you can see, you get no tear outs at all. I mean, it's just a nice flush cut. And if we do it the other way, just to show you guys what I mean, you get nothing but tear outs. So this is what happens when you cut it the other way. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you get all these tear outs on the end, like right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, right here. But you get a lot of tear outs when you cut that board that way, especially when it comes to ultra plywood. So it's best just to trim it and then cut it. Mine comes out so easy. All right. It's a little shaky, but that's all right. A little bit won't hurt nobody. All right, let's glue this up right now. Now I'm using Titebond Quick Thick, also because it dries clear. And there's a really cool way to get the glue, the spill out from the sides. It's a really cool way. I'll show you in a minute. I found this out accidentally. So what I do is I take an air gun and I blow out all the squeeze out. Whoops. Sorry about that. So I blow out all the squeeze out from the joints. So we have no squeeze out on the top or on the bottom or on the back, because the air will push it out, which makes it, you know, really nice. All right, let's get this one blew out. Dusty, dusty, dusty. I try not to put so much glue that we get spill out, but you know, sometimes it happens. Like I always say, screw it, glue it. This one's already glued. Yep. All right, so one more. That's glued, that's glued, that's glued. All right, so we got to cut one more. Same thing. I try to find the good part of the board, or the best part of the board, to cut this on. Perfect every time. This one's a little too big. It doesn't even matter if it has tear outs on this because it goes into the stiles and rails, but I still don't like to have tear outs. So whenever I can perfect it, that's what I do. Some of these have to be cleaned up from the old resin or glue that they use. So we just take a really sharp chisel and we go along the same routine pattern that they went on to. Kind of lost the cap. Well, that stinks. It's floating somewhere. Okay, so we got all that done. Now, I may have to cut new ones for the top. I don't know if it's necessary, but it was there originally, so that's what we're going to try to do. All I have is some leftover tongue and groove oak. So I'm going to rip this through the planer. Get the measurements right, and then cut some new joints. But I need to make enough for both. Is that going to do it? Yeah, that'll be enough for both. I want to get this cut end off of here. It's 1 3/4 inches. Now I want to try to keep the stiles that's already on here because it looks to be pretty much the same size. No, unfortunately it's different. That stinks. Well, I just have to open it up a little bit. If I flip it around. No, that won't work neither. Okay, so we got that one cut. We'll put it through the planer and we'll bring it down to the it's almost the same size now. It needs about 1/8 of an inch to 1/16 of an inch off, but we can do that.